Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. Without a doubt, Ford has the best selection of high-performance vehicles for any manufacturer currently out there, and they support these vehicles with a Ford Performance line of performance parts. Now, in the case of this kit here, Ford actually went to one of the best in the industry, Borla, to produce this stainless steel made in the USA kit to fit your Focus RS. And today we're going to install it on our 2016 Focus RS. This Ford Performance by Borla exhaust system is going to fit your 2016 through 2017 Focus RS. This is their active sport system, so it will work with the factory adjustable exhaust valve, which will plug and play right into this exhaust system. The system is made of 3-inch mandrel bent 304 stainless steel and features a pair of 4-inch chrome tips with the Ford logo. Like I mentioned before, it's made right here in the USA. For this installation, they lift or a jack and jack stands, 3/8 ratchet, 5/16 socket, 15mm socket, 16mm socket, small flathead screwdriver, and an exhaust hanger removal tool. Obviously, our RS here has had a lot of exhaust systems already installed on it, and it had an aftermarket exhaust that we already removed. We're going to give you a quick rundown though of how to remove the factory system before we install our Ford Performance. To remove the exhaust, the first thing you want to do is remove the actuator for the active system to make sure you don't damage it. You're going to unplug that and then unbolt that and put that aside. Now you can remove the exhaust. To do that, like I said, you do have to cut it. What you want to do is go right here in front of the rear axle, right in this section here. You're going to cut that down the middle. That way we can separate the two pieces and remove the exhaust. Now, the first part of the installation is going to be this small adapter piece. This is going to connect to the downpipe and none of the rest of the exhaust system. This can be a little tricky. You got to make sure you get it seated properly in the factory clamp, and then make sure this insert in the clamp is in the keyway where it belongs when it's seated. Now, this part can be a little frustrating. Again, just make sure everything is lined up when it's seated properly. You may have to use a small pry bar or a small screwdriver to get it in place. And then we'll tighten it down. All right, with the extension piece on, now we can install the front part of the mid pipe. This can connect to the factory hanger, so make sure you put a clamp on the front and orientate the clamp so you can get to it and tighten it down. But the mid pipe is actually two pieces. What we're going to do now is do the over axle first. If you get this into place, it makes it easier to put the second part of the mid pipe up. This will be a little tricky. Basically, you're supposed to get it over the axle, and there's a hanger up top that holds it in place. With a clamp on the front pipe and then on the back pipe, now we can install the second part of the intermediate pipe. Then we'll snug these clamps down. Don't tighten them all the way, just get them snug enough to hold the pipe, as we'll want to make some adjustments later. With the front pipe's installed, now we're ready for the muffler. We're going to put this up, put a clamp on the muffler, connect it to the over axle pipe, and then put it up in the factory rear hangers. Now we're ready to install the control motor. You want to turn this clockwise. You want to make sure that this spring here fits evenly across that. It'll line up pretty decent. You may need a small screwdriver to get it lined up all the way. Then install the nuts and tighten it down. All right, now with that assembled, the last part of the assembly process is to install the tip onto the muffler. Okay, we'll snug down the clamp and then go through and make all of our adjustments. And now the last step is to install the wiring to the exhaust valve control motor. And your installation is finished. All right, the fitment was great. Now let's hear how it sounds. We're going to put it in sport mode to open up the valve. Yeah, it definitely has a nice tone to it. Not overly loud, but definitely aftermarket. Let's take it for a ride. I'm going to say the easiest one to compare the Ford Performance to that I've heard recently is the Attack. They're both made by Borla. The insulation is very similar. The design is a little bit different though. This is much, much quieter. If you're looking for a system that, you get the 3-inch pipe, so it's larger diameter, definitely flows better than the factory system. This has a nice sound driving, but it's not overly loud. Now I have it in sport mode, so it is, with the valve open. When you close the valve, it almost sounds a little bit louder than stock. I figure most people are gonna have the valve open because they want to hear it. Like most of the Borla systems are really, the higher the RPM band you go, the sound changes dramatically. And here we are, highway speeds, we're cruising 2,000 RPM, 60 miles an hour. It's quiet. Like, you don't even know it's there, you don't hear it at all. There's no drone, no nothing. Just downshift to fourth and get on it. I mean, you definitely hear it, but it's a very, I don't know the word to use, almost like a linear sound. It's definitely not overly loud. It has a good tone, and it kind of keeps that tone throughout the RPM band. Just gets more of it the louder you go, the higher the RPMs you get. But this is something we've kind of almost come to expect with the Ford Performance exhaust systems. When they build something for the car, most of the time they take stock up a notch. This is definitely not overly loud. I don't think anybody who was driving this would say, oh, this is obnoxious, I can't handle it. This is kind of something that you would say, Ford could get away with making this from the factory. It'd be a little louder than what they would normally give, but it's perfectly livable, no drone, no over the top. And when you get on it and get off it, you do get that little pop through the exhaust too. It's kind of become like a signature of the RS.